Hello and welcome to my world. So today we are checking out of our hotel room here at the Forza Hotel, and we are going to be hopping on a bus, an early morning bus, to Rusutsu Resort area. And this is what we picked up at the 7-Eleven yesterday. Some good old rice balls here. These are the two that my son is going to eat for breakfast. These are both grilled salmon ones. And these are a great grab and go from any 7-Eleven or a Lawson's or a Family Mart here in Japan, because they're cheap, only about 100 yen, and you can just take them anywhere you want to go, throw them in a backpack for the day or whatever, and they're fast, quick, easy, fill up the stomach, and you can hit the road quickly like we're going to do. So I'm going to take you along the way, so come along for the adventure. So we're off to the Rusutsu bus, and look, the crab isn't even awake yet. So we are on the bus to Rusutsu. We got here and it left at 8 o'clock sharp. So just like with the trains, if you make a reservation for the Sopporo to Rusutsu bus and it starts at 8 o'clock, keep in mind that is when the bus departs, not when you gather together at the bus. So you got to get there a little bit early. And this is a 2-hour bus ride with a 10-minute break halfway through. And the reason why we're taking the bus is because there is no direct train service to Rusutsu. There's not a lot of public transportation in that area. Rusutsu is kind of in the boonies, pretty much. And the only way to get there is either to drive, so you have to rent a car. I'm not very confident about driving here because you do have to drive. They drive on the left side of the road here. California, we drive on the right. And also the taxi is the other way to get there, and if you do you take a taxi there, it's insanely expensive. We actually looked at it, so it's actually cheaper to get a cheap hotel room here in Sopporo and then take the free, and this shuttle bus is free. You just have to make a reservation online in advance. So I booked this bus about 2 or 3 weeks before we left home. So plenty of room on the bus, lots of empty seats as you can see here. But just make sure you reserve the bus in advance, show up before 8 o'clock, and just realize it is a 2-hour bus journey, but the bus is very comfortable, it's air conditioned, and the seats are very comfortable, especially if you've been sitting on airplane seats. This is like heaven. So we are leaving Sopporo for now. We will be back. So we're gonna go spend a few days in the Rusutsu area, and Rusutsu is kind of like the outdoorsy part of Hokkaido, so that's where people go to go hiking and camping, horseback riding, stuff like that. And then in the wintertime, it's actually a big ski resort area. But we're going there mainly to go to Rusutsu Amusement Park, which is a cool little amusement park with some roller coasters. So sit back, like me, relax, enjoy the comforting ride, and we'll see you in Rusutsu. Ooh, there's a FJ Cruiser right there, a blue one. And I'll try to do some car spotting along the way. There's some more of these cool little K-vans. A whole bunch of them here. Today is a Monday, so it is a work day. Everybody's rushing off to work. Ooh, let's check out that Land Cruiser. Ooh, it's an SDO. Oh, there's a Subi STI. There's a stink eye Subi there. Passing a couple Subaru Lavorgs, a vehicle that we don't have back in the US. Oh, it's a Nissan dealership. One thing that is interesting here is that at an intersection, all of the lights here turn red to allow people to cross the street. At least, oh, this intersection, as soon as I say that, of course, we're at an intersection that doesn't do that, but back by our hotel, all of the intersections when you want to cross the street all the lights turn red, so traffic at the intersection comes to a complete standstill so people can cross safely. After what we just experienced in Shanghai at their intersections, that was a welcome relief and much less stressful. It's a Mazda dealership. We just passed a Honda dealership too. Oh, there's another Subaru Levorg right there. I wish they sold those in the US. Now that wagons, at least European wagons, are kind of hot again in the US, maybe Subaru should consider bringing the Levorg to the US, but I doubt that will happen. One thing also is kind of a relief is that already in just the few minutes that we've been driving along here, I've seen a few modified cars already. So kind of a welcome change in complete contrast compared to Shanghai, where all the vehicles, I didn't see any modified vehicles at all. And already I've seen a few modified vehicles here in Japan. So quite a different, you can see the different car culture already. A lot of car dealerships along this street, both new and used. It's an Audi dealership on the left side of the bus right now. So far we've passed 2 Honda dealers and 2 Nissan dealerships along here, and about maybe 4 or 5 used car dealers. Okay, here's an example of a used car dealership. See any Skyline GTRs there? Any R34s or R33s, R32s? Let's go to the banana store. Here's a Mazda dealership. Another used car dealership. So it looks like we are getting out of the city, part of the city. We're getting up into the mountains. So I did see a few interesting cars, but I couldn't get my camera ready in time. There was a R35, Nissan R35 GTR, and actually for sale was a lifted Mitsubishi Delica van. Really lifted, looked really cool. And of course there's a good old Family Mart here too. Definitely gonna hit up some of those stores when we are here in Japan. Okay, we're in a tunnel. Any Bosozoku cars coming through? Nope, didn't hear any. We're definitely getting outside of the city, and the bus is starting to climb into the mountains. One thing I'm noticing is that they cut their trees around the power lines here next to the road. So that way, probably so the tree branches don't fall down on the lines and stop the flow of electricity or possibly start a fire. Gee, what a smart idea. Why can't we do that back home in the Bay Area, huh? Once again, we're in a long tunnel here. Hear any Bosozoku cars with their huge exhaust systems? I don't hear any. I'll keep rolling in case one comes flying by us. Here we go, inside another tunnel. Looks like we've got some road construction here, so we're going to be waiting. They've been doing some construction on this road, so what they do is they block off one of the lanes, so they're going to stop us here and let the other traffic use the one lane that's open. And after a while, they'll block that lane off. Stop that flow of traffic and allow us to use the same lane to go in the opposite direction. So we're just going to sit here and relax, take a break. While we're waiting to continue on, I forgot to show one of the cool things about their tour buses here. Got a little pocket here, plenty of legroom, a little hook here for your bags and stuff. I'm putting my camera bag on that one over there. And also, look at this. They think of everything in this country. So it's our turn to go. And here we go. Through the tunnel. I don't hear any exhaust. These are what they use to keep debris from falling onto the road. So we're really climbing up in the mountains now. My ears are popping. This is a gorgeous drive. It's so much fun. So we're getting close to probably the halfway point where we're going to take a break for about 10 minutes. Some more of these big fences that they use to keep debris and rocks from falling onto the road. So there's our bus, and we are halfway there. We're stopping here for about 10 minutes in, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Kimobetsu. And there's a little rest stop here. And do a little bit of car spotting. This is not Daikoku Futo, but check out, we got a cool Suzuki Jimny right here. And got some vending machines. There's a restroom here. Check this out. It's a Corolla wagon called a Fielder. So that's cool, something we don't have back home. Let's see what else we got here. So we were, oh, is this a Lancer wagon? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, this is their version of a Honda Odyssey. It's more like based on a Accord chassis. It's like an Accord wagon type of thing. They call it an Odyssey here. What we know as an Odyssey back home, they don't sell here. They don't sell overseas. Oh, check out the Suzuki Hustler. Look at that. That is pretty cool. I like the Honda K-Vans though. Those are really cool looking. So I don't know what's here. Yeah, somebody's cooking something here and it smells really good. It smells super good over here. Yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. I am being led by my nose to this building, so let's go check out what's inside here. Oh my goodness, I wish you could smell this place. It smells so good. Oh, look at those. They smell wonderful. So that's what those things are. And they smell heavenly. It's made from Hokkaido. It's made from potatoes. So you can read the text there, tell you exactly what it is. But you order on these machines here, and then you pick it up over here. And oh, it smells so good. Here, let me film these again. I was not hungry until we came in here. Whew. So that's, I don't know how to pronounce that. But, oh boy, it smells so good in here. So we're gonna go over here. The bus is leaving at 9:20. Oh, got lots of gachapon machines. There's a restroom here. Little gift shop here. Grab some stuff to eat here for the road. Oh man, if we grab some of those potatoes, I think we would make everybody on the bus super hungry. Man, they smell so good. I can still smell them over here too. Some chocolate here. We don't have much time. Some goodies. Of course, got some souvenirs and stuff. Okay, gotta head back out to the bus. It leaves at 9:20 and it's 9:18 right now, so everybody's gotta scramble. Ooh, got a Honda Fit over here. I believe they still sell those and manufacture those here. So, there's our ride right there. Ooh, there's a Volkswagen Beetle going by over there. So there's our ride. So we got about an hour left to get to Rusutsu. So we are on the way, and when the bus driver said to come back to the bus at 9:20, he was not kidding. We left at 9:20 sharp. Actually, now that I think about it, these may not be tunnels, they might be snow sheds, because it does snow a lot here. So similar to like what they use in the Sierra Nevadas for the railroads, and also in Colorado. That's what these might be. They might be snow sheds. Some of these anyway. That might have been a snow shed, not a true tunnel. The scenery on this drive, on this bus ride, is just absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. I forgot the name of this Snow Peak mountain. It is the tallest mountain in Hokkaido, but we will find out more information about it when we get to Rusutsu. So this is the main lobby and the check-in desk of the Rusutsu Resort Hotel that we just checked in. Our rooms won't be ready for another few hours. So check-in time, the rooms won't be ready till 3 o'clock. So we're gonna bum around a little bit till then. So on the ground floor, this is where you buy your tickets for the amusement park and the Sky Ride, which is a separate ticket for that. And this is on display. And I can't resist. Here we go. Push, it says. Is it working? There it goes. All right. One thing I also love too are cheesy, jerky animatronics. So we will see more of this kind of stuff when we get to the park too. Just slightly terrifying. What these squirrels move?
Got a wriggly worm in the road and a squirrel near my nose. It's all crazy. You can say that again. Do you like it here?
So we just bought our tickets for the Sky Ride. The Sky Ride is a separate ticketed event and a separate ticket attraction. And they have this carousel here. It doesn't start running till 1 p.m. It's only about 10:30 a.m. right now. But this 2-story double-decker carousel is actually for free once it opens. So can you imagine this is free? You can actually, I want to ride in one of those. The balloon up there, the hot air balloons on the second level. I want to ride in one of those. But this is pretty cool. So, when do you ever see this? A carousel ride free. Wow. But looks pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to riding this later today. And we're going to go ride the gondola, which they call it a gondola. It's a sky ride. But this looks pretty cool. So we'll definitely be taking advantage of this free carousel ride today. Stay tuned for that. Okay, we're headed out to ride the gondola. So remember I said to be prepared for cheesy animatronics? It's Daniel Street, and it's Daniel and the Dixie Diggers. Anybody remember Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater when you were a kid, like I do? Come here to Daniel Street, and you can relive your childhood Chuck E. Cheese memories. So we're going to find our way to the amusement park. So we're going to go outside here. The weather here is very nice. Reminds me of like back home in Santa Cruz during this time of year. So Rusutsu is a resort area dedicated mostly to winter sports. So they have a lot of snowboarding and skiing. There's a bunch of ski slopes here. But in the summertime, there's some lifts and stuff right there, for example. In the summertime, it's devoted to hiking, mountain biking, and horseback riding, stuff like that. But if you come here in the wintertime, if you want to do skiing, then the cost of the hotel rooms like triple. But if you want to come here to do the amusement park, it is only open during the summertime. So you can see some of the ski lifts here, for example, right there. And I forgot to mention this too. When I reserved the bus ride, I was kind of dreading it because it was like 2 hours long. I thought, oh no, so I reserved it online. Oh, 2 hours, oh well. Actually, I'm glad the bus took 2 hours because the bus ride from Sopporo to Rusutsu is gorgeous. You see some incredible scenery along the way. So if you can, my suggestion is take the bus and enjoy the ride. And the bus is very comfortable too. Keep in mind, the last bus we rode on this adventure was going from our last hotel in Pudong to the PVG Pudong Airport, and that bus, it was pretty much rattling and pretty much falling apart on the way, so bumping, bouncing along the way, compared to this bus that we took to Rusutsu, which was so comfortable. As you saw in my first video, there was a tour bus. It was so comfortable, so quiet, and so smooth that my son actually fell asleep for at least an hour on the way here. I think in the wintertime you can actually rent these cabins here to stay in. So there's a whole bunch of them over here. But it looks like they're closed now. Well, let's go take a peek. Kind of a slow day today. So, this area, what a difference. All of Hokkaido, much slower. paced compared to Shanghai. Yeah, it's actually log cabins, but they're all locked up. Filming, tripping. One of these days when I'm filming, I'm gonna fall right on my face. But oh, these are pretty cool. Yeah, nobody's here right now, but pretty neat. So I imagine during the wintertime this is all covered in snow. So if you stay in the cabins right here, you can just walk across here and hop right on the ski lift right there in the wintertime. It's pretty neat. Very beautiful area, very quiet. Aside from, I don't know if you can pick it up, my microphone's picking up somebody over there. One of the guys is cutting the grass over there. So the soothing sounds of lawn care maintenance going on. So we're gonna head over to the Sky Ride, which is over here. There's a indoor swimming pool in there, and that's me filming. Hello. Very peaceful here, very quiet. The drive over here from Sopporo kind of reminded me a little bit of the drive from Sacramento to Lake Tahoe, South Shore Tahoe. A little bit, kind of. Just, if you're from California, give you a little bit of a perspective of what the drive from Sopporo to Rusutsu is like. This is probably where you buy your ski lift tickets in the wintertime. And here we are. Here's a map of the park. Rusutsu Amusement Park. Right ahead, and I hope I pronounce this name right. That is a Misho shuttle loop coaster. Very rare coaster it's one of the reasons I came here. We do not have any Misho branded roller coasters in the US at all, but they have a couple of them here. Oh, there goes the S&S space shot behind there. But we're after the Sky Ride, so you can see it right there. Okay, this is the name of that mountain that I was filming from the bus ride over here. So this is the entrance to, or this is just some information about the Sky Ride, which is open. So let's go head over to the station. So there's the boarding station for the Sky Ride. So I don't see anybody riding, so we may have the whole ride to ourselves? I don't know. We'll see. Now, I'm not too familiar with cable sky rides. I do know Von Rolls and Doppelmayrs, and I can recognize those, but I don't know who manufactured this one. And the flower bed says, "Be happy," which I am. I'm very happy. Thank you very much. Happy to finally be here. So let's go hop on and go for a ride. I am antsy to go on the Sky Ride. Haven't ridden the Sky Ride in a while. Check out these giant tubes of paint. Is that what it's supposed to be? I thought they were toothpaste at first, but maybe it's paint. I thought this was the maintenance path. No, this is the I believe this is the entrance to the Sky Ride. So there's the boarding station for the Sky Ride, and rising above it is the lift hill for a Vekoma SLC. Oh. So you go up the stairs and go in there. I thought this was the maintenance entrance. So here's the view of the Skyway. Sky Ride, I should say. We're not at Disneyland. But this thing launches super fast. So if you're used to Von Roll 101 cable sky rides, like they typically have at most amusement parks, and like what Disneyland used to have and Walt Disney and the Magic Kingdom used to have, yeah, this thing moves super fast. Oh, and there is a train right down there. It doesn't look like it's operating today. So here we go. We're gonna go way up there. If anybody is into sky rides, this is who manufactured this. CWA in Switzerland, in Olten, Switzerland? Hope I pronounced that right. And there's the view behind us. We are climbing up the mountain. So here's the station where we got off at. It's pretty noisy too. I'm kind of surprised compared to like Von Rolls and stuff. This one makes a lot of noise, especially when the gondolas come in. Notice how there's actually a chain system that advances it in the station, so they don't have to push the gondolas around in the station like on a Von Roll 101. So pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Intamin amusement park sky rides. They had a little advancing chain, not quite this long, but they had something similar to advance them along. Very noisy compared to what I'm used to. I wonder if this little streetcar ever operated in the amusement park. Looks like it. Looks like they just put it up on jack stands. I don't know what they're using it for now. Let's go take a peek. Looks like at one time it was used for selling popcorn or something, snacks. Here's the stunning view from one of the observation platforms. And there is that mountain. My son is playing with the bell behind me. Don't worry, I'm going to mess with that too. So the name of that mountain, I had read before we left home, that is the tallest mountain in Hokkaido. And I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right. Mount Yotei? Or Yotei? I'm not sure. And everybody's laughing at me who knows how to pronounce it in the comments below. I believe it's pronounced Yotei, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But it's a beautiful view. These guys over here are parasailing. There we go. Just like we saw that in Switzerland. So these guys are actually jumping off here and parasailing. And as you heard my son, he couldn't resist, so I'm going to do it too. Not quite as big as the AC/DC Hell's Bell, but it will suffice here in Japan. There we go. For whom the bell tolls, right? Time marches on. Okay, my wife just corrected me because she knows a lot more Japanese than I do. It's pronounced Yotei. So that's Mount Yotei right there. I believe it's an extinct volcano. Don't quote me on that, but it sure looks like one to me. There goes that guy. There he goes. Okay, yeah, that dude's got, and I'm speaking as a coaster enthusiast, that dude's got, he's got nerves of steel to do that. Okay, I'll film when this other guy takes off. I remember when we went to Switzerland a couple summers ago, we saw the guys doing this parasailing where they're jumping off the side of the mountains and off the cliffs and stuff. Wow.
I'm standing where I'm standing.
So that is Lake Toya? I believe I'm pronouncing it T-O-Y-A. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right either. But so a couple more guys are getting ready to launch off here. They're getting their parachutes ready, their parasails ready. So there's the mountain again from this view. I think, oh, there she goes. I think is she gonna go? Oh my goodness, she just jumps off the edge. Oh my lord. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Wow. There she goes. I guess that's how you do it. You just wait for a certain gust of wind and then you just lean back and just take off like that. Wow. Oh, is she gonna go? Is she gonna go? There she goes. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's, I was wondering what you do when the wind dies. I guess that's what you do. Oh, okay. Oh, is he gonna go? Okay, so that's what you do when the wind dies. You play it safe, yeah. That's probably the only thing I could do. Just bring the parachute back down, the parasail back down like that. Because I don't know, it's pretty, I don't know if it's coming across on camera. Oh, here, is he gonna go again? No, not quite. I don't know if it comes across on camera exactly how steep this grassy hill is. It's really steep. So I think you need to wait for just the right wind gust. Oh my goodness, he's gonna go further down. I'd say that's it for the day. I'm done. I said I'm quitting. I'm quitting while I'm ahead. But no, oh, this dude he's gonna do it. He's determined. He's more determined than me. I'd say, okay, the wind died down, the gust died down, that's it. I'm done. So the first lady that I filmed taking off, she's way over there. She's actually higher than us now. There she is, right there. Boy, the view here is just absolutely stunning. By the way, watching these people parasailing, it's nice, once again, to see people enjoying their hobbies. And this is something that, at least when I'm in China, I don't see a lot of people enjoying hobbies. You know, they go to work, sure, you know, and then the kids go to school, that sort of thing. Yeah, sure, they do that, take care of their kids, yeah. But as far as just having fun, doing hobbies and stuff, I don't see much of that in China compared to Japan here. I always see people in Japan enjoying their hobbies and interests, and that's always refreshing to me, because if those of you that have seen my channel know that I've got a lot of hobbies, so just fun to realize I'm not the only weird guy in the world. I don't know if my microphones are picking this up, but some bugs or something are making this loud noise over here. So I'm not going to go into the trees here and find out, because I've seen the movie Predator. I'm not going in the forest, but just making a loud sound that we just don't hear back home in California. There's another windsock here, so my guess is the parasailers also can take off from this point too. This is a really steep drop off here. Wow, what a beautiful view. This is also as a reminder, if you can, if you have the time, get out of the cities of Japan. There's some absolutely gorgeous scenery, beautiful views in parts of Japan like this that you don't see if you just stick to the cities. And don't get me wrong, I love Tokyo, I love going to Osaka, places like that. But if you can, if you have the time, get out of the Tokyo and Osaka area where most of the tourists, at least American tourists, go to, and get out into the countryside. This is a beautiful country, and I urge anyone, come out here and come see it. See, we have up here they have to use parasails, but some of the local residents just flap their wings to get up in the air. Like this little guy right here. So that man with the black and yellow parasail, he got up in the air. There he goes. Wow. I don't know what happens when the wind dies, but you gotta be super brave to do that. There he goes. Look at that. There he goes. Just like that, he's gone. Easy peasy, right? I don't think so. And there's the guy with the black and yellow parasail right there. And there is a bathroom underneath the skyride station. This is interesting. This is the drive station and also the tension station all in one. So the station at the top of the hill just has a big bull wheel and that's it. Unlike the Von Rolls, where one station is the drive station and the other station is the tension station, this is different, where this bottom station combines both. top station just has a bull wheel. No drive system, no tension wheel. No tension system at all. Interesting. There's a better view of how it advances through the station, so the guys here don't have to push the gondolas around. Gondolas taking off. You can see how fast they launch. Probably the fastest skyride launch I've ever experienced. There it goes. Launch time. Wow. This is probably the only entrance to any amusement park I've ever seen, which is underneath the skyride. So I do not have tickets for today, but I just want to see what the entrance to the park looks like. So we'll be going into the park tomorrow. So here's the park. And they actually have a moving sidewalk that goes up the hill to the back half of the park. It's number 39 on the map. Oh, okay, I think I see how this works. I think they scan your ticket at each attraction to get on. There's no like main gate or anything like that, which is nice. I don't have to go through a security procedure. I don't have to go through a bag check or anything. Here's the Vekoma SLC. Not much wait for it right now. It's called Hurricane. I don't know how smooth this one is, but if it's a typical Vekoma SLC, not very smooth. We have one of these back home. You know, who doesn't have a Vekoma SLC near them? But the one closest to us is Kong at Vallejo's Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, which for me will always be known as Marine World. But Kong originally started as Hangman at Opryland in Tennessee. But this is a standard Vekoma SLC. You see them anywhere around the world. So I will be riding this just for the credit. But okay, I can hear the lady screaming, but I wonder if her voice is shaking. And I know it's, oh yeah, it's got the typical Vekoma hang and bang looks like. So this will be one I'll just add to my coaster credit, and that will be it. And back into the station. Now what is this? Be Happy Blindfold Coaster? Okay, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna take a quick look. Okay, evidently you can ride, they do have an arrow corkscrew here, but evidently you can ride it with your eyes, a face mask, so it blinds your, okay. Interesting. See some interesting stuff when you go to parks overseas. But I think this is, you just scan your ticket as you ride. I think, don't quote me on that. Here is the SNS Space Shot. Here is the Misho Shuttle Loop coaster. Not a Schwarzkopf, I wish it were, but never ridden one of these, so I'm anxious to try it. So this is interesting. It's operated like a county fair, where you just walk in and then they just scan each ticket as you go. So there's a Music Express flat ride up there. There's a Zero Wave Swinger over there. And there's a monster ride here. So I'm not sure if the Intamin, they do have an Intamin free fall here, but I didn't see it running. Oh, okay, there's the monster ride. Somebody's riding it. There's one guy. That guy's got the solo ride on the monster. That guy with the black shirt. So I thought there may be an entrance gate here, but I guess not. Interesting. Oh, okay, there's a mouse coaster there. Oh, look, they have an aero corkscrew coaster train on display. Okay, we'll check that out tomorrow, definitely. Okay, I thought there was a main gate here that I could film, but looks like you just walk up to each attraction and they scan your ticket and then you can get on. So, be happy, as they say. That must be their slogan here. Be happy at Rusutsu Amusement Park. I am happy. Thank you very much. I am happy. Anytime I go to an amusement park, I am happy. Oh, I see the inclined moving sidewalk over there. I see some people riding it. Way up there. Way over there. They just got off of it. It's right over there. So definitely we'll be doing that. Where can I ride an inclined moving sidewalk in an amusement park? So this is pretty cool. I'm so glad I came here. Quite a different place compared to Shanghai Disneyland, where we were at just a few days ago, and that's in a good way. So if you're just tuning into my channel and you don't know me very well, I am also, in addition to being a Disney theme park enthusiast, I'm also a roller coaster enthusiast and a regular traditional amusement park enthusiast. So I don't need to have rides elaborately themed like what you'd find at Disney Sea in order to have a good time. And this is a perfect example. This is a traditional Japanese regional park, small regional park, and I am having a wonderful time even though I just got here and I haven't ridden anything yet. Okay, those folks are going to go ride the shuttle loop coaster, so I wonder if I can film it in operation. Let's see. I'm going to go over here, just take a quick shortcut here and film it. Oh, here's the name. It's called Loop the Loop. It's called Loop the Loop, okay. And this is made by Misho. And I think I can get a good view of it from up here on top of this hill. So there's a Music Express ride here. So I'm going to film the Misho shuttle loop from up here. So the way these Misho shuttle loop coasters work, quite different than a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop. It doesn't launch you out of the station. Instead, there's a slow cable lift that pulls you forwards up the first spike track. And then it releases the train, and then gravity takes over from there. So you actually go backwards. You start out going backwards first. Backwards through the loop and up the second spike track. So unlike Schwarzkopf shuttle loops, you don't start out going forwards. So I'll come back over here and film it going backwards. So the cable just released, and here it goes. So there goes. That is a Misho shuttle loop coaster, the first one I have seen ever in person. So pretty cool. Can't wait to ride it tomorrow. And yes, you can actually walk right underneath the shuttle loop coaster when it's in operation if you want to, right there. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. Now, just to give you an idea of my taste in coasters, I'm not a big fan of inverting coasters with inversions on them. But of course, me being from the West Coast in California, I grew up riding the tidal wave at Great America, and also, of course, legendary Montezuma's Revenge at Knott's Berry Farm. So I'm very familiar with Schwarzkopf shuttle loop coasters, and I've ridden both the weight drop style and the flywheel launch style. I've ridden them thousands of times over the years, probably at this point. So I'm very anxious to try the gravity launch, or not really launch, but gravity drop, I guess I should say, Misho take on a shuttle loop coaster. And the track layout, just same, spike track, vertical loop, spike track. But I'm anxious to try it tomorrow, and we will. Right now we're gonna go get something to eat though. We're all getting really hungry. It's lunchtime, so let's go chow down on something. I don't know why they have this random door here. This random pink door. Oh well, interesting. So our hotel is right over there, the Rusutsu Resort, and right across the street, about a 5-minute walk, is this little tiny supermarket right here. You can get some stuff to eat. And right next door, on the other side of that ice cream, there's a 7-Eleven. So we're just gonna get some quick stuff to eat here for lunch. Okay, so here's the 7-Eleven, and it's right across the street from Rusutsu Amusement Park, right over there. Okay, this is an STI Lavorg, and the Lavorg, don't quote me on this, I believe is an Impreza wagon, which they don't sell the base Lavorgs in the US, of course, never seen one of those, but this is the STI model. So I believe it's powered by an EJ engine. I'm not sure if it's an EJ257, I don't know. But I wish we got these in the US. It's an automatic though, which is interesting. It'd be the only STI product that I've ever seen that comes in an automatic. But pretty cool. And across, this is the 7-Eleven parking lot, by the way. Across over here is this. I want one of these. Look at this. This is the Honda K-Van thing. This is awesome. I want one of these. Now I tried to get some of these when we were driving along from the bus, and I couldn't get it too well. But I don't know what they call this thing, but man, it looks cool. But look, there's a whole bunch of them. There's another one right here. This one's made by Mitsubishi. There's a Suzuki one. There's another Honda one, that black one over there. There's a whole parking lot full of these little K-Van things. They're really cool though. I love them. Can we take one home? Okay, the Honda one here, the badge says N-Wagon, NWGN. So it looks pretty cool. Just to give you an idea, this is what's in the parking lots here. Just your average parking lot. You got all these cool stuff. Now my wife, who is absolutely, unlike me, not into cars in any way, shape, or form, she loves these cars, these little K cars they have here in Japan. So my wife is into Japanese kawaii, and that's kind of like Japanese cute stuff. So, and K cars absolutely are kawaii. There's no way around it. That is a K car, but it's a Nissan one, but it's got Nismo aftermarket parts on it. Okay, one of the things I love about Japan is that for just a few bucks, you can have a whole lunch. Look at this whole table. All this food was just a few bucks at 7-Eleven and also that little tiny supermarket across the street. And we're just gonna sit right here next to this fountain and chow down. We're going for a ride on the carousel, and it has this theming of a steam-powered carousel. Look at that. It's really cool. And it actually operates. The theming on it actually, the mechanism actually spins around. That is cool. And it plays a steam engine sound effect too. That is so cool. So all the horses are standards, but the fact that we're riding a free double-decker carousel inside a hotel, you can't get any cooler than this. So we're in the hotel arcade and they have one of these taiko drum games. We're the only ones in here. I would like to see somebody play it. I don't know how to play. The kids' video game arcade or with play games has slot machines in them. I don't know if these are legal in Japan. I didn't think so. I don't know what the legal gambling age is in Japan, but evidently it's quite young. Okay, this being Japan, they of course have pachinko machines. Now, if you don't know what a pachinko machine is, think of it like a vertical pinball machine. My cousin had one of these. I don't know how he got it, but he had one. I remember we used to play with it all the time when we were kids. So these things are gigantic photo booths. And I'm sure you've seen photo booths back home in the US in malls and stuff like that, but look at these things. These things are huge. They're massive. Saying you can look like her and you can be in recent Korean chick style. Isn't that what everybody wants? And you can be bestie, smile, joy. Look, in the claw machine game, you can actually win a Rolex Submariner. All right. Of course, this being Japan, their driving games feature cars like Toyota Trunos and FDRX7s. These look like old Japanese pinball machines. And I didn't know that the Japanese like to play skee-ball, but evidently you have to be very clear in the rules on how to play the game. Yes, this is skee-ball. It's not a pitching machine. This is at the entrance of one of the stores here, but I think it might be one of those cars from an amusement park ride. I'm not sure, but it looks like it because the front wheels steer on it. But I wonder if it's electric powered, rail guided, drive yourself car ride. Here's an aerial view of the carousel. This place is pretty nicely themed, actually. Here's another one of these cars on display, using it as a photo op, but pretty sure it's an old amusement park ride. It's made in Canada. There's the manufacturer's plate right there, the builder's plate. I'm not familiar with it though. Not familiar with that company, never heard of it. Anybody know? If so, leave a comment below. Found this cool pens, and if you open the pen, a little bit of wasabi turns into sushi. It's pretty neat. And also, I like this one. It's got a potty. And then when you open the pen, look what's inside. Hello. There's some smiling booby. Hello. Hello. Yeah, the funny thing is, they leave these guys playing, they're jamming along, and the restaurant is closed. So, I don't know when they turn these guys off. I guess they go all night, or maybe they get tired of performing and then they take a nap. I'm not sure. So our room is ready here at the Rusutsu Resort Hotel. This is room 1305, and I'll give you a quick room tour. And right here is the bathroom. And yes, once again, we do have the Japanese booty washer potty. And this is pretty good sized bathroom for Japan. And here's a shower. Do not have any fancy bathtub or anything with water jets or anything like that, like in other ones. And we have a safe. Yes, an in-room safe. That's nice. Closet with slippers. What is this? This is air freshener and fabric mist. Okay, that's interesting. And teapot, coffee pot, all that stuff here. There's me. Hello. And unlike the other hotel room we had, the Forza Hotel last night, this one is really large. By Japanese standards, this is what they call a Western hotel room. So when you reserve a hotel in Japan, especially in Tokyo, they have Japanese hotel rooms, and they have Western hotel rooms. So if you're an American-sized person, I strongly suggest you look for a Western hotel rooms. So there are 3 beds here. Once again, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. The story continues tonight. Story started last night and it continues tonight. So here are the switches for the lights. Okay, so these are turning them off, okay. And they also have these table lamps. Oh, there we go. Those turn on too. Okay, there we go. A clock, yes. Don't notice how much you miss having a clock until you stay in a hotel room that doesn't have one. So they also have this nice chair here and a chase lounge. Wow, okay. Let's see if this one works too. There you go. Hey, that one works too. Oh, interesting. Got an extension cord here with plugs and ASB outlets on it. So it's a really nice room, actually. Oh, here's the TV. Forgot to show. There's a TV. And there is the refrigerator, mini fridge. That's typical hotel room size fridge. And a desk with a lamp and a chair. So actually a lot of places to sit. Now I haven't looked outside yet. Let's take a peek. See what kind of view we get. Oh, we get a view of, I'm not sure what that is. That's that grassy area that we saw earlier. But anyway, this is room 1305. We're going to be staying here for a couple nights. And I think it will do nicely. Pretty nice hotel room. So this is the first time I've seen this in any Asian hotel. And this is something you see in every hotel in America. In this drawer is actually a copy of the New Testament. I can't believe it. For some reason here in Rusutsu, they have a Bible in the drawer. And of course, all across the US, every single one has a copy of the New, not just the New Testament, but is a copy of the Bible. And here in Asia, that is both China, Japan, and Taiwan, from my experience, all the 3 Asian countries I've been to, they never have Bibles in the desk drawers or the doors of any hotel room. But this is the first time I've seen that. So there we go. If you need to study up on the Bible, come to Rusutsu. They got you covered. One thing too, I noticed some of the hotel rooms, in our hotel room at the Forza Hotel last night had one of these, and they have one here too at Rusutsu, the Rusutsu Convention Hotel, is they have a humidifier. I don't know why. If you're not sweating enough, and it's not humid enough, you can turn on one of these things and start sweating in your hotel room. So for dinner, we are eating here at the Oktoberfest buffet, and it's a very large restaurant. And I'm just going to film real quick here, because I don't want to bother people. Oh, they actually have a salad bar, which is kind of unusual for a Japanese restaurant. Lots of seafood here, fish roe, some cold crab legs. Definitely be getting some of those. Soups. Okay, I'm going a little bit quickly here because I don't know how their rules are about filming. Squid. Ooh, grilled snow crab too. Believe it or not, they actually have some cereal, if you want cereal. And of course, ice cream. Here's the desserts. Ooh, apple tart. We'll get some of that. What is this? Oh, tiramisu. Okay, get some of that. With fruit. Tiramisu, I'm going to get some of that. That sounds good. Okay, it's making me hungry. Looking at all this food is making me very hungry. What's that? Steamed vegetables. Oh, the asparagus fest is going on. That's right. So they have some steamed asparagus, and on the sign right here, yeah, the asparagus fair is going on. So I definitely will be getting some of that. Okay, I'm hungry enough. I'm gonna go get some. Grab me a plate and get something to eat. So that was our first day here in Rusutsu, and boy am I stuffed after that buffet. Boy, it was so good, but I ate way too much. So I'm going to sleep the night away very well in this skinny bed. Remember, once again, remember Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Here I am. I guess I am in the big bed, and I am going to sleep very well because I'm very tired after a long day. And tomorrow we are going to be going to the Rusutsu amusement park, and I'm going to take you with me on that adventure. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure, and I'll catch you in the next video.